Trust creates peace. Trust brings peace. Trust harmonizes with peace. What does trust mean to you? Are you overly trusting or are you not trusting enough? It's your girl Tashana, and I'm back with another informational video so we can change energies and raise frequencies to help make this world a better place, to help make our world a better place, to help make this world a better place. Yeah. If you're new here, my name is Tashana, and I'm the founder of The Chosen One's Love. We give out motivational, inspirational, and informational videos as much as we can to help raise energies, frequencies, and vibrations, to help change mentalities, and yes, help make this world a better place. Let's go. So please like and subscribe, comment, share, whatever you do to help support this channel and push this channel forward. We greatly and gladly appreciate each and every one of you. So please go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Trust creates peace. So what is trust to you? Trust, in definition, means firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. A firm belief in reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. So you believe in the truth, the person gonna show up, the person's gonna be there, the person's gonna have your back. The person is basically honoring their word every chance you get. A person is trustworthy. Trusting means showing or tending to have a belief in a person's honesty or sincerity, not suspicious of them lying or doing you wrong or trying to get over on you. So you basically are trusting in somebody to do the right thing at any given moment in time because that is a part of their character. Now, the question is, are you too trusting? Are you overly trusting? Or are you not trusting enough? If you don't trust enough, you're viewed as controlling, cynical, suspicious, or skeptical. If you trust too easily, you're viewed as, or you're thought of as naive, gullible, vulnerable, and foolish. Which category do you fall in? Are you overly trusting or are you not trusting enough? Do you have a balance in your trusting? I used to be a person that overly trusted everybody. I used to say, I'm going to trust a person until they give me a reason not to trust them. And guess what? Every single dang time, that person gave me a reason not to trust them. So I learned quickly that trust is earned, not given. And that's in any relationship, in any partnership that you can have. Trust is earned and not given. If you've been betrayed or your trust was broken, do you think your trust was misplaced in someone untrustworthy? Because that's what it boils down to. You put your trust in someone that was untrustworthy. They did not earn your trust. You gave them your trust. And because they were untrustworthy, definition of untrustworthy means not able to be relied on as an honest or truthful person or source or thing. Not able to be relied upon or being honest or truthful in a person. And you shouldn't trust in somebody who's untrustworthy, who has that trait. And we seem to tend to always trust people up front if you are overly trusting, and you potentially can put your trust into a person that's untrustworthy. Many people are unrealistic about trust. They assume the worst and are distrustful, or they overtrust and are easily taken over or advantage of. People in the first category put walls up and keep people at a distance. People that don't trust enough. They keep walls up and they keep people at a distance. And that's kind of where I'm at in life I believe in somebody has to earn my trust. If you don't earn my trust, then you don't get trusted, period. You have to prove that you're a trustworthy person. So do I. It needs to go both ways in a relationship or partnership. People in the second category proudly claim to trust someone until they have a reason not to trust them and wind up almost always getting hurt because they put their trust in someone who's untrustworthy. When we first meet people, we don't know anything about their character traits, their integrity, their past, what they have in the closet. Do they care for people? Do they not care for people? We don't know anything about them except what they tell us. A person gonna let you know what they want you to know. So be careful of putting your trust into every single body, because everybody don't deserve to be trusted, especially by you, a trustworthy individual. Trustworthiness is proven over time by actions, not only by words, but most importantly, by actions. You can get hurt by believing what people say and ignoring their actions to be trustworthy. A person has to walk their talk. Words and action must be aligned, must be matched, must be put forth and lived in action. You also have to be able to trust your perceptions, your own perceptions. A skill difficult for some people who likes to attach themselves to people. It's hard for people who have codependency issues or trauma bond issues or people that like attachments to even trust their self. So let me tell you this, if you cannot trust yourself, if you wholeheartedly can't trust your words, your actions, your words can't be your bond, you can't help yourself grow, you can't help yourself be better, if you can't trust yourself with yourself, how are you going to trust yourself with anybody else? How are you then going to trust somebody else's word if you can't even trust and rely on yourself? You cannot. Don't even put yourself in that predicament because you're almost always going to get hurt at the end of the day. Being able to trust realistically is a process. It takes time because you first, my dear, my friend, my family, have to work on yourself. You have to work on yourself. Self-discipline is self-love. You have to learn yourself inside and out, what you like and dislike, what's your truth, what's not your truth, so you can be able to stand in your truth, step in your power. When we've grown up in dysfunctional families, environments where your parents kept secrets or invalidated your perceptions, you learn about self-doubt, or you learn how to doubt yourself. You may become distrustful or even the opposite, suggestible to what others say and disconnect from your own inner guidance system. Either way, you're not able to realistically evaluate other people. When you grow up in dysfunctional environments and around dysfunctional parents, you get a lot of programming and conditions installed inside of you that is not of you, that is not of your nature, that is highly dysfunctional and is highly unrelatable and unhelpful to you. It doesn't help push you forward in life. It actually keeps you stagnant. It actually holds you back, and it actually doesn't allow you to get anywhere when you cannot trust in yourself, when you cannot rely on your own self-guidance system because you have all these downloads of softwares inside of you that don't belong there. So now we have to delete some stuff. We have to really go in and delete some things out of our system, out of our makeup that we were programmed to condition with, to reprogram ourselves with the right way to be. That's according to our truth. That's according to our guidance system. That's according to our life. The following qualities to look for when you're getting to know someone and evaluating a person's trustworthiness, they're one and the same as elements that create trust and safety in relationships. So basically, the traits that you're looking for is the same traits that create trust and safety in relationships. If you feel safe in a relationship and you can create trust because you are at peace in that relationship, because trust creates peace, and you know if that relationship is right for you because you'll be at supreme peace. You will have no worries. You won't have a doubt in your mind that something is going on outside of what you see, what your perceptions are telling you. You will know when something's off, and you will know when something's right. You will know. And you need to trust your inner knowing. That is your guiding system trying to tell you what's real according to your truth, according to your systems, according to your beliefs, according to what you want to stand up in and stand for. Honest communication is a big thing when it comes to learning about trust or keeping trust or having trust or being with trust in any partnership or relationship. Open and honest communication is the cornerstone of good relationships and building trust. It's the cornerstone of good relationships and building trust. Good communication. Good communication. Number one. If you cannot communicate in a partnership or relationship, you need to let that partnership or relationship go, because that person is more likely stringing you on or is not grown enough to communicate or converse about their emotions or feelings or just anything in their daily life that couples or partners or relationships should converse about. No matter what it's about, you should be able to effectively communicate and openly and honestly communicate, period. The problem is in codependent relationships, because partners have difficulty knowing and openly and honestly discussing their feelings. Communication is often indirect, reactive, and defensive. When you're closed, it raises doubts and misunderstandings with your partner. And just letting you know that I did get the definitions of some of the words off of Google, and I'm also reading an article today that I'm referencing in and out from Psychology Today. It is a great article. It's a great read. So I hope you are seeking and getting valuable information from this video, because trusting is very important in life. You can't trust too much and you can't trust too little. Honest communication requires you being assertive about what you want and need, and that you openly express your feelings and include what you don't like when you expect your partner to read your mind and have unspoken expectations. It leads to resentment and conflict and undermines trust. Similarly, when you hide negative feelings, they come out sideways in behavior, such as lateness, forgetfulness, infidelity, or withdrawal. Your words and actions don't match, which builds distrust. I'm going to read that entire paragraph again. It says, honest communications requires that you're assertive about what you want and need, and that you openly express your feelings, including what you don't like when you expect your partner to read your mind and have unspoken expectations. It leads to resentment and conflict and undermines trust. Similarly, when you hide negative feelings, they come out sideways in behaviors. Action speaks louder than words. Everything that happens in the dark comes to the light, such as lateness, forgetfulness, infidelity, or withdrawal. Your words and actions don't match, which builds distrust. Obviously, lying, breaking promises, keeping secrets, and denying things you've said quickly build distrust. It's not worth losing your credibility over. Like, why you just can't have your word be your bond? If you're a grown up, like, seriously, why your word just can't be your bond? Because if not, you lose credibility with people, and then you just want to keep lying to people. Because if you're lying to other people, initially, first and foremost, you're lying to yourself. So it's not worth losing your credibility over even a small lie or a secret. Even shading the truth can seriously injure trust and be hard to repair. It can cause your partner to doubt other bigger things that you are honest about. Trust is earned but very easily broken. And once trust is broken, it's almost more likely never gonna be the same way ever again. Ever again. You might as well just keep your credibility off top. Boundaries. Boundaries are limits. They're important because they create a sense of safety. And getting to know someone, it's important to have an honest discussion about the boundaries and privacies you're comfortable with. Boundaries are for you, not for the other person. But you guys both should be able to establish boundaries in the partnership or relationship, or any partnership and relationship, so then you can effectively communicate and be honest and truthful to each other. There's no reason to hide anything or be non-communicative when how are you going to build together if you can't converse together? You may desire boundaries regarding your belongings, space, emails, conversations, which is violated will cause you to distrust your partner. You may feel betrayed if a private conversation with your partner is repeated to his or her friend, or if she talks to one of your friends and relatives about you. Trusting is trusting. Distrusting is distrusting. No matter who, what, when, and where. Trusting is trusting and distrusting is distrusting. Trust your instincts. Trust your instincts. Your instincts, your intuition will not lie to you. It will tell you something about a person before you know something about a person. Okay? When you tell someone your boundaries and they ignore them, this creates a second violation, one of disrespect. So not only are they untrustworthy, but they also are now disrespectful to your boundaries. You may have to explain the reasons of your boundaries with the person who has a totally different mindset. If you don't click, you just don't click. And sometimes you just have to let it go. It's not worth your effort or time if you have to keep telling a person over and over and over again. Or if you have to raise or help change an adult who claim they're an adult. Remember what I tell you all the time. Just because you're an adult or you have the numbers and age and you're inside of these bodies, don't mean your brain is mature. Don't mean that you are an adult in your brain. So therefore, you are causing yourself to be a big ass kid in a grown person's body. And it all starts with you not being honest with yourself. People need to learn how to be honest with their self. Reliability. Simple things like doing what you'll say when you say you're going to do them, returning a loan properly, being on time, and keeping dates builds trust. These are all examples of walking the talk, okay? Breaking promises, even small ones, creates disappointment. It also sends a message that the other person's feelings and needs don't matter. If it happens enough times, your partner loses trust and builds resentment that erodes the relationship. Predictability, as you get to know someone, you construct an idea in your mind about who they are and gives you certain sense of comfort and security. If he or she starts behaving in very unpredictable ways or in a manner that's inconsistent with what's become the norm, it gives rise to mistrust and doubt about the person's mental health. Told you it all starts with your mentality, and that's every single body. Fidelity or financial dealings. If you're going through some changes, like changing your job, not feeling sexual, it's best to have open, honest communication about it before questions arise. Boom. If you know something that is going to affect the boundaries of your partner or your relationship, why not come converse and communicate that openly and honestly before the problem even arises, before your partner or the person on the other end of the relationships get heed to the information? Because if you don't, then you are non-validating their feelings and you're being disrespectful to their boundaries. So at that point in time, you are being untrustworthy and disrespectful. Therefore, you are causing yourself to lose credibility with this person and more than likely gonna lose this person altogether. You have to start with your own self. You have to start with your own credibility, and your word has to be your bond. Learning to trust is not so much about the other person as it is learning to trust your own perceptions and paying attention to your doubts and intuition. When you're with someone, move your attention inward to see what sensations you experience in their presence. Anger, shame, guilt, and hurt are feelings that may be a signal that your boundaries have been crossed by verbal abuse or manipulation. Spend time with yourself and notice the difference with and away from other people or persons. This article was written by Darlene Lancer back in 2012. So, what is trust to you? Are you overly trusting people? Are you not trusting people enough? Either or, trust brings peace. Trust brings peace to you. And if you want to make it in this world, you need to do two things. Protect your peace by protecting your energy. Period. If you are not trying to protect your peace, then you are creating stress and helping stress being formed in your life. We don't got time for people that can't be trustworthy. We don't have time for people that's discrediting their self because they want to lie to their self. At that point in time, you need to go within and you need to feel how you feel around that person and not around that person. You need to feel how you really feel. Understand your sensations, understand your emotions, understand your intuition, and understand what you are trying to tell yourself. Your body can talk to you, and it's up to you to listen. But again, you're not going to notice anything. You're not going to grow. You're not going to change. You're not going to transform if you don't start with your own mentality, with your own self. You got to put it inside of you first so you can trust your perceptions, so you can trust you first. And once you trust you, it's all over from there. You know what it is that you trust and what you're putting out, and you stand in your power and you listen to your intuition. But man, y'all, we got to stop hurting ourselves, stop putting ourselves in predicaments where we are trusting untrustworthy people, and literally be alone until it's time for you to be with somebody. You have to literally work on yourself inside out. You have to work on yourself to attract everything to you that's for you. Again, it all starts with your mentality. So with that being said, I hope y'all learned amazing information from this video. Please, please, please learn how to trust yourself first and believe yourself first. Know your intuition is always telling you the truth. Know your emotions are always telling you the truth. And know your perceptions and your vibes that you have are always telling you the truth. And with all that being said, I love y'all and I hope y'all have a very beautiful, blessed day. Mwah.